Well, here we are, 2 weeks from surgery. Want to see my incision? It's pretty amazing. I don't know if I put it in any previous videos, but there's a picture of it on Instagram. So like this top stuff is still very scabby, but this is all just like skin that's connected again. That's a little scabby and that's a lot scabby. I ask most people that I see, most friends, I mean, not strangers. Oh, I did ask a stranger. I asked a nurse yesterday. I say, you want to see my incision? And it's really funny how people react because most people are like, yeah. I had one friend, he was sitting like maybe 8 feet from me, and he and his wife were here. And she goes, yeah. And he goes, oh, I got to see this. And he gets up and comes right over. It was great. And then I had another friend who, again, a couple, and the wife goes, yeah. And the husband goes, oh. And he is like this. And when he sees it out of the corner of his eye, he goes, whoa. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting how people react to it in so many ways. I've received many accolades, which is cool, but also I don't know what to do with them. And, lots of really sweet little get well cards and stuff. So I'm feeling much better today. I am taking the narcotic painkiller again. And I've stopped taking something that I guess is generally marketed as Gas X. And I think that was causing some of the problems. So they give you this list of medicine and all these bottles. And when you're in the hospital, the nurses just give you this stuff and they just know what you need because they're nurses. But you go home with these bottles that say, take once every 6 hours, take once every 8 hours, take twice a day, take once a day, take every 4 to 6 hours. They all have different things. And that's why I have my little medicine sheet, because it's very confusing. But there's nothing on it about, once you feel like this, take less of it. There's zero guidance on that. And of course, I'm going into the office every week. This week I'm going in twice because I went yesterday for all my pain. I'll be going in on Thursday. And I guess I have to ask those questions. I kind of thought they would just say to me, like, now you can stop taking this. Instead, they're like, you're still taking that? So a lot of the things that I started taking, I mean, not a lot, but, there's like 2 or 3 things over there I'm not taking anymore. And several things that I'm taking, 2 or 3 things that I'm taking less. I say several, it's really not that many. So yeah, the medication is confusing, and it's definitely a balance between pain management, keeping your bowels moving, getting enough physical activity so you can keep your bowels moving, but so that it doesn't cause too much pain, because then you need more pain management. So it's a delicate balance, and I'm sure it's something that's different for every single person. But it's just tough because it's not something that I know anything about. I can't figure this out on my own. This is very much out of my depths. So I would like a pamphlet that says, hey, if you're farting this much, it's too much. Stop taking Gas X. Just things like that. And granted, I just call the office a lot and I ask a ton of questions. The transplant coordinator called me today because she wasn't able to come in to the room yesterday. She was busy. And so she called me today to say, hey, just wanted to reach out and hear your voice and ask you how you're doing. And I said, oh, and this is perfect timing because I have several questions. And she happily answered them all. So ask questions. speak up. You've got to be the patient advocate, all the time. And it's exhausting. It is exhausting. So I would say I wish I was better prepped for that at the beginning, because we're lucky in this situation as donors that we can be prepped for this. We can be ready before it starts to get ourselves in the mental place and be ready to advocate for ourselves, because we need to do that. Whereas, our friends and family members who are sick and have been sick for months, they're exhausted. So we need someone else to advocate for them. They need someone by their side making sure they get what they need too. There's an airplane. I don't know if you're going to hear it inside my house. I guess I like doing these videos when airplanes come over. But I actually have my Zoom therapy appointment coming up in a minute. I think it's also a good idea to make sure that your mental health is well supported. If you are a person who has had struggles with mental health, that does not mean that you can't do this. It just means that you need to be well supported. And I'm lucky to be well supported. And I'm going to go and get some support now. And this will be the first time I've talked to my counselor since the surgery, aside from texting. Because I've had to cancel 2 appointments. 2. I said 2. I know I made a weird sound there. But yeah, I'm doing good. Today's a good day. I went to Trader Joe's and walked around. It was very painful. I went with my wife and kids to drop off for one of their homeschool programs that they go to. And I got to see people who were like, hi. Yeah, so it was nice. Okay,